Hello and welcome. Today we have a VOD review on Dorado. This is a Scrim match. I've never seen this video before, so I'll be commenting in real time. So let's get into it. Composition, super interesting. I'm not sure if you're actually going to run this, but if you are, I'd like to see it in action. It's kind of like a low DPS comp. There's lots of tactical stuff you could do here where you kind of protect this Widow and massage opponents with Sombra flanking behind them. This would be a very high tactically... what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, just a very tactical composition where you have to play it in a very intelligent manner, and you're not just like going in and like a dive comp where you just kind of go in and to try to outmuscle your opponents. Not to say that dive comp doesn't have high tactical play, it does. This probably even more so. So we'll see if you actually run this, and we will figure it out from there.
They have a Widow too.
D.Va is at my bridge.
Okay. I like the call-outs. Great.
My bridge.
My bridge.
My bridge.
Oh, nice. You got the pick too.
They hit it with
Nice.
Yeah.
I had a Widow.
All right. So now you guys can let me hear the. I think I heard contesting. So this is good. Yeah. So now the world is your oyster. You can go and get all the positions that you want.
They hit it with
Yeah.
I had a Widow.
Okay. Cool. So that call from Zarya, I think, was great.
Yeah, bro.
Good. Good.
Why can't I play Sarah? She's my main.
I made her also when I started the game. I've got you three, Zora.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Thanks.
D.Va
Was
can't
ready
get
for
too
it.
deep, and actually, yeah. So she needs the rest of the team to follow up. So right now, let's take a peek at this. So you have Sombra over here, and then you have D.Va sandwiching on this side. Unfortunately, no one else has a really good angle of attack there. Presumably, they have probably a few bodies here, and then maybe a few bodies over here. So actually, let me use a different color for that. So they probably have bodies here and bodies here. So now what you want is, if it were me, actually, I think you guys got a little bit too excited. That being said, this is totally fine. What you need to do now is, let's erase this. Widow probably needs that far flank on the right where there's that wall. I would position her there. So we have Widow over here on that far right side. Then we have D.Va on this side pushing in from this side. And then everyone else needs to push forward. So you're going to have this really nice pinstering move where you're all just going to suffocate your opponents, right? So we'll see how this works out. And you have the Lucio. Okay, so yes. Cool. So generally, that's what I'd like to see here. And the key here is to be patient. You can't just go for it, because Widow needs a little bit of time to set up, and Sombra as well to get her hacks down in position, etc., etc.
Ooh. Thanks.
Okay, so it looks like Sombra almost dies, but then she health packs, or she translocates away. That's great. You guys are still able to do this pinstering move. I don't know where Widow is, but hopefully she's in a good spot. She could also live up here, right? And in this room up here with this window. That's okay. So if you're doing that, that's fine too. Oh, actually, Widow's behind you. So I really don't like Widow's positioning. Way too passive. After you get that pick, you guys need to get the proper positions, and it feels like you guys don't really know what that is at the moment.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Oh, and Diva's she overstayed her welcome. She's been far too long out there without heals. I would have actually liked to see something where D.Va and Sombra are a little bit closer together, and D.Va can just really abuse health packs. You could do it with this room here, with this health pack. That's going to be a little bit longer though. It's going to take that because D.Va has to drop down and go up to keep making that that switch, right? To engage and then go back and heal, then engage. That's going to take a while. If I say that, if D.Va was gonna really want to control this space and stay here for a while, because Anna can't very easily get up there. Okay, to heal her. Okay.
Here, so
Let's go back.
Do some work here.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Especially when D.Va
left
comes
alone
back,
here,
right?
so.
Cool.
Ryan is hacked.
She wants to get heals. Good, nice. Oh, but she needs
Give me a
to
call where Widow is.
stay back.
She's in the back right.
Yeah, so, okay. D.Va made a huge misplay there. There was absolutely no reason to stay that aggressive with that little amount of health. You need a D.Va to wait, be patient, get healed up, and then you guys can continue pushing forward. And and the window of opportunity was lost already, right? You guys had a moment to set up your offense once Widow got that pick, set up that nice pincering move, and really suffocate your opponents. Unfortunately, Sombra and D.Va kind of got ahead of everyone else, started fighting before the main forces of Zarya, Lucio, and Ana could go forward. So then they had to back off, and then now you guys are out of sync, right? Because now Sombra had to go back and heal. Sombra, and then D.Va came back to heal, but then actually went back in to follow up with her teammates. But at that point, she had way too low of health to warrant that, to allow that kind of behavior.
Shields for you, right?
Watch you on the back
Oh
right.
man, this makes me sad. So yeah, so now your opportunity's lost.
My ultimate is charged.
Soldier high ground.
Reinhardt?
Yeah, I'm on him.
My EMP.
I'm not sure if you guys can stay here actually. No, see, I think you guys need to back off.
I'm really high charge.
Oh, let me see that
Really
reload.
high charge.
Okay, you had the one. Okay, good. Good.
I'm going.
Yeah.
You're gonna have nano boost soon. This is good.
Holy thanks, dude.
My
Wow.
ultimate is ready.
I was
Still got Widow up there.
I have EMP.
So I would really like to see Widow again on that far right wall putting pressure. Her goal isn't necessarily to get picks, right? She already got that really critical pick in the beginning. Her goal is to just put pressure and make people move and force them into a ball. And and if she gets collapsed on, then she can back off with grappling hook, and then that alleviates a ton of pressure on this side of the map.
My ult.
Yeah, I'll wait.
I'll matrix her in.
Oh, so who is that? Is that Sombra?
Okay.
Cool. So I like what Sombra's doing. She's just being a pain in the ass. Okay, so now the question is, who do you nano boost? You could probably nano boost this Zarya. It looks like she has high charge. Not right now. Actually, that being said, if she gets charged by Reinhardt, you could nano boost her. Right before she takes the damage. That way she takes only 150 damage, and then you guys can turn on that Reinhardt, and you can sleep dart him. You have 3 seconds on sleep dart, so we'll see what
I'm
happens.
stunned.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can go in. You can go in.
I'm on my way. I'm on my way.
They go walls.
I'm stunned. I'm stunned.
Yeah, let's wait. Just wait.
Yeah, so right there. Okay, so not enough. Actually, yeah. So you could have nano boosted her, which would have saved her life almost certainly. Then you keep her up. You get this sleep dart onto Reinhardt while his back is turned. You kill Reinhardt, then you turn the fight. So that would have been a really sick play. Unfortunately, it looks like you didn't want to use your nano boost here. Again, I think it was the right play though, because she had so much energy. You can tell by how much light she has on her. So
Alright.
a missed opportunity there, in my opinion.
Yep. On her.
Damn.
She's dead.
Go to sleep.
Good sleep dart.
The Ana? The Ana?
Stack on.
I'm not as fast as you though.
Yeah, I'm just
Behind you.
like I'm trying to bait out the nade and stuff. Wait, no nade.
Wait me. I have my graph.
He's gonna shadow though. Watch out.
No, he used
I can
it.
flank.
Okay, you go in?
Sorry.
Not the greatest now.
Boosting
Good,
3, 2,
good,
1.
good. Oh no.
Nice. Oh
Let me,
yeah.
let me
Three,
see
two,
that.
one.
Let me see that Sombra ult. Where was she? She was just right next to you. Okay, let me see that one more time. So you have Sombra here. Oh, she probably translocates in.
Boosting 3, 2, 1.
And then who's that on the right? Who is that? Is that Widow? Let me see that one more time.
Okay, you go in?
Sorry, my bad.
Boosting 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, it must be Widow. Okay. I don't really like these kinds of engagements because again, you're head on, right? It's like there's a clear line and you guys just go like this. Much better to out-rotate your opponents and get these side angles. This might work. The EMP looks decent. You got a Graviton afterwards, so I think it'll be fine. That being said, as you play better opponents, they will not let you get these opportunities, right?
Nice. Oh,
Oh, and the nano boost on the D.Va, I'm not really happy with
I
that.
didn't get any.
That's a good grenade though.
Yep,
Go
that's
back
so
left.
Oh yeah, I seen it actually doesn't even work out, it looks like. So again, positionally, I need you to be looking for flanks, massaging your opponents, get around them. Oh, it looks like your Widow's popping off. Oh, super popping off. So yeah, again, so need you to be flanking more and getting a positional advantage over your opponents before the fight starts, right? It's gonna lead to much cleaner wins, and you're gonna just win more often, right? Like you're gonna be winning more battles that way. That being said, looks like you guys did clean this up, but that might have been on the back of your Widow. So or we'll keep saying.
Fucking.
Oh, I would have liked to see a nade on your D.Va. Your D.Va needs health so bad right now. So I would have liked to see a nade on her and then get her up, get her healed up. Oh, she might die. Yeah, so a little bit greedy with the nade there.
Thank you.
Ryan's...
Okay,
he's not
and let's
following.
see if we can find anything else that went wrong here.
Get aim.
Widow on the left.
He's literal one.
Holy
No.
fuck, get aim.
Widow
I'm
died.
stunned, I'm stunned.
And that Earth Shatter. So yeah, so
That time you were.
I don't have a whole lot to say in this particular case.
Widow is slow. Thank you.
The one thing I will
Okay,
say,
he's not
and this is a mistake I see a lot of teams do. So right here, right now, you guys have the opportunity to set up as a defense in this entire area, right? You have this space, you have this space over here, you have roughly where this Ana is now, and like around the payload. And then teams, they don't want to use this space. Instead, what they want to do is like preemptively push the incoming opponents away, which is super dangerous. And it's pretty rare that actually works out, but it's a natural instinct we want to do, to just kind of like, oh, like the payload's only like 2 meters away or 5 meters away, 10 meters away. Let's just kind of push them off. But then you give up your defensive advantage, and then things like this are more likely to happen. That being said, I think the problem here was actually the way you guys handled that last fight. It was very head on. And again, if you had done a more clean, engaged more cleanly around your opponents and pincered them more, etc., that fight probably goes better. Less people die, less ultimates are probably used, and then you're set up better for this next fight. So as you can see, when this fight already starts, Ana's just barely coming back. Diva's going forward with low health. Everyone, no one's in their ideal position. So then, because that last fight wasn't so clean, this next fight is going to be harder to win. So I'm not surprised that you guys lost this, actually. Still, like I said earlier, this fight would have been better if, or actually, maybe you guys bring this back. No, I really doubt it. Yeah, this last fight that just happened would have been better if you guys had just actually just like waited and not been so, oh, I don't like this ultimate. Oh, but maybe you get it. Oh, so sloppy. Oh no. So yeah. Okay, so a couple things. So that last fight, this fight goes better if you guys get your defensive positions and really stay around the payload. Don't try to get in front of the payload and push them off. I would say that the majority of the time that just doesn't work. There's certain circumstances where that's fine. In general, though, I would say avoid it. Now you guys are in this really dangerous position where maybe you get this and maybe you don't. And again, this is because of all the in my opinion, the poor decisions that have been made before this, right? So you guys are kind of paying for that now with this really sloppy fight that isn't really in your favor. The spawns are about equal, and now you're just looking you're just hoping to like out mechanic them. Not the best idea here. See if you pull it out though. Oh yeah, okay. Look, you guys pull it out. Cool. So this did work now, but I guarantee you in the future, as you play better and better opponents, these plays will not work. They will punish you heavily for these kind of desperation moves where you're just like, oh, like just this last diva ult and just this last other ult, because then what's going to happen is they will stuff you here, and then in the next fight you have like maybe one last chance because you wasted so much time, and you're probably going to be low on ultimates. Yeah, so that's enough about that.
I'll leave you.
They're all high ground.
Go. I think you will.
They know I'm here.
I can matrix you if you get in trouble. Just tell me.
Oh yeah, there's a people on
Who's
me.
up there? Is that Sombra? If that's Sombra, I like Sombra being up there, so I love what Sombra's doing. I think that's Sombra. Causing a ruckus. Nice, Reinhardt falls down.
Whenever.
That's awesome.
You're behind us.
No one
Or is it Tracer? Okay, it's Tracer now. Okay, it's Tracer.
Stalling you.
Cool.
I almost have my ult.
Yeah.
Okay, break the diva mech. I have my ult.
On it.
It's out.
I'm
It's
out.
out.
Oh,
I'm
get-
going.
Oh, let me see that again.
I have my ult.
Going for that
It's out.
sleep
I'm
dart.
going, I'm going.
I like that. I like you trying to go for that sleep dart. Didn't work out. So, actually, right here, no reason to use this nano boost. Just go for the nade. Unlikely that you need more than this. So, a wasted nano boost, in my opinion.
And Widow high ground.
I really want to commend Widow and Tracer. Widow was backing off, absorbing a lot of pressure.
She's no problem.
And Tracer did a really good job of causing pressure on the high
No
ground.
problem, I
That was
heard.
excellent.
No
Yeah,
problem. Fuck that.
stay behind under the bridge, I mean.
Look for a sleep dart, maybe? Okay, no, you're just going to hide. Oh, the sleep dart? There it is. Okay, you missed it. That's okay.
Alright.
chance of eating.
Okay, now I want to see you guys go for high ground. I want you guys... Let's take a step back. Another step back. Oh, nope, that's horrible. One more time. Right. Right. Okay, fine. This is fine. So I'd like just like a sample idea. Maybe you send people this way. Maybe Widow. Maybe Widow sets up right here with probably a partner. Probably. Actually, you could send Anna with her. Actually, that would be a deadly combo. And then you probably send Tracer, similar to what she did last time, where she goes on that high ground. In order to get there, let me wait for the right moment. Turn around, Anna. She can go basically this way, right? Like the long way. Like she can just go this way, around into bank and go upstairs. That's totally fine. Get behind the point and cause pressure like she was earlier. And then you send the rest of your forces up main with, you know, Diva, Azaria, Lucio, whoever, something like that. Cool. So we'll see what you guys do.
I can go around right side.
Paddy just rode complete.
Yeah, good. So Widow on the right. Who's going with her? She's gonna go alone. That's okay too. She just has to be very careful and not, you know, and not get too aggressive, right? She's just looking to absorb pressure.
Diva's not seeing me.
And then where's your Tracer? I don't see Tracer. Okay, Tracer's with you. I don't like this as much, but we'll let it slide.
Oh my god, I'm missing.
And then
my
Widow got
shots.
picked. Okay. So this fight's probably... So the question is, do you disengage or do you go for the fight? I think you guys were low on ultimates last time I saw, so I would probably just look for a disengage here.
Just switch up.
And then with the disengage, maybe they get greedy and like somebody like overextends, and then you get a kill that way.
Yeah.
But I think you guys are just staying too long. It's unlikely you win this when you're down a man, right? And then Diva gets demeched. Darn. No, and the ultimate. No, no, no. Get that sleep dart. Nice. Get behind. Okay, and then Diva got a... your Tracer got a pick. Cool. This is still risky, though. Okay, you guys are going for it. Okay, now you just go for it. You have to. And see if you can get a nano. I would go for a nano right now on, like, Zarya, maybe.
Yep, yep.
Because you guys are in, like, that's it. You guys, like, so at this point, you guys put so many resources into this fight, you have to go for all of it, right? Not to mention, at this point, now there's only 13 seconds left. So, like I said earlier, like, around here, when after Widow got picked, you still had plenty of time to disengage, right? And have one more fight. But you guys decided to go for it, so now I need this nano boost to come out. And actually, I think you used it, right? I forget. Let's see what happens. All right, we were at 13 seconds, right? Yeah, okay, here.
Nice.
No matrix
Go for
anymore.
the heals, go for the heals. Good, good.
What's going on with my aim?
Look for a nade onto the... Oh, but then the Reinhardt. So you needed to just wait. So in that situation, you wait for the the Reinhardt shield to go down before you nade. Or a sleep dart, either... probably the nade. So a little bit too early on that grenade, in my opinion. I would have liked to see you hold on to it for a little bit.
Ryan's dead.
And it works. Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
She's
Oh my goodness. Hey man, if it works, it works. But in my opinion, you know, still very dangerous plays here. And actually, I want to make one more note. Here, when did Diva use her ultimate? Oh yeah, there. Okay, so you had 38 seconds left on the clock. I don't fault you for that. But again, I still would have liked to see a disengage as opposed to you just kind of going all in. And like I said earlier, these kinds of plays, they're working now. But as you start to face better and better opponents, they will punish you for these kinds of plays that you're making. These kind of like desperation plays, where you don't need to be so desperate yet, right? Like at the beginning of that play, you had time to disengage. And then at a certain point, there was a point of no return where you had to be desperate. But in my opinion, you're just being desperate too early. All right.
Break the shield. They are going high ground. Diva, can you contest? You have shields.
I'm up here with you.
Get that sleep dart. Nice. Wait. Okay, good. You waited. Excellent. Oh, but your Diva needs heals though. So right here.
Nice.
Yeah. So as soon as you see her critical, I would just go for the nade. Yes, it will probably wake up Reinhardt, but your Diva's about to die, so I think nading was the right call. It was cool that you waited. I definitely respect that call. I think it's the right call.
Even.
Yeah.
Wait a one.
Again, see how the back can get a free ult in.
Actually, I don't like that you came back here as Anna. I would have liked to see you stay up there with Soldier. I really would have liked to see you stay up here and help support Soldier. Then after that, you guys clear out this area, and then you have a nice line of sight of your teammates, right? Oops. Okay.
Again, see how the back can get a free ult in. Get it on the back.
Reinhardt, guys, Reinhardt.
I'm
Out of position.
thanks for the shield.
Nice. Get that. Nice.
Tracy got me.
Wait, but your team to your left needs your help. Yeah. So right there. So as soon as you sleep dart her, you got to turn around and start helping your teammates because they need help.
Fuck, Tracy got me.
And actually, did you?
Thanks for the shield.
Ah, and you had to reload. Okay.
Fuck.
Okay, you were reloading. Okay, that's. Yeah.
Good job.
Just a scratch, you'll be fine.
Cool.
Admin, right? We're moving.
Fight like that.
Okay.
And we staggered.
Yeah, Trace is dead. Yeah.
Look for an nano boost onto Zarya.
Free on payload, please.
You can boost me.
Oh, please don't tell me you're gonna nano the widow. Oh, the soul. Oh, that's soldier. Never mind.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, soldier's fine. I thought that was widow. Sorry.
Leave it.
I'm
I
always
got
back.
sleep.
Okay, I'm back in mech.
Anna. Nice.
Nice, your team got it. Okay, cool. All right.
Let's do it, man.
I mean, Terry and me are just not placed this season.
Okay.
I had
Outside of
constant
the
goal
show.
last games.
So,
I'm
Torb, come with me, come
I'm
with me.
not taking any.
Oh, you're going in the Torbjorn. Actually, yeah. What's your comp? Oh, we just saw it.
But yeah.
And the
Not
Orisa.
matrixing
Oh, I
that
love
turret
it. I'm in love right now.
because minions are
The Orisa Torbjorn. Oh, this is an awesome defense. I love everything about this defense. This is great. All right, so you're gonna have. It looks like you had the turret on the right side with the Orisa shield. That's great. Ton of pressure from that side. You can also stack Soldier there. You can also put Soldier on the left side. Yeah, I'd probably do something like that where Soldier. Okay, so let's take a quick step back.
Sorry, please.
But yeah.
not.
Okay, I would do something like this. Orisa and Torbjorn are on the right. Diva and Soldier are on the left, over here. They each get line of sight towards the payload. And then Anna's like a middleman, roughly where she is now, and she can see both. Soldier's going to make sure, Orisa and Torbjorn will be responsible for listening and dealing with any flankers that come up from the back, which they absolutely can. Torbjorn left clicks and right clicks. Orisa with her graviton, her mini graviton, absolutely deadly against flankers. And then again, Anna's just here to support everyone. Then Sombra is on the low ground, looking for health packs, and just being a nuisance, flanking, getting behind them, just hacking people, being a pain in the ass. And this is an excellent defense. I love this. Let's see how you guys run it.
Matrixing that turret ever because minions are fucking left.
Jeez, man.
So right now you have Diva and Orisa stacked up together. I really don't like this. Orisa's shield is so good now with the, I think, 8-second cooldown. She probably doesn't need support from the Diva. If anything, Diva needs to be supporting this Soldier over here on the left. Okay.
That was in. 1 HP.
Something left side. Anima.
Let's get it.
I will keep
Lucio 1, Lucio 1.
So right now you guys are so clumped here, and you're not nearly as deadly in this form, right? I feel like this is a recurring theme with the way your team is playing, where you guys are clumping up, and a clumped up team is so much easier to deal with a team that's spread out. Think of you're probably gonna hate me for this since you guys are European, but soccer. When you see like little kids playing soccer, they do that thing where they clump up as they're running around, and like their coaches will usually say, at least this was my experience as a kid. The coaches would say, you guys need to spread out more. That's the exact same idea here. You're so much easier to deal with when you're clumped up, so much harder to deal with when you're spread out. Like a nice healthy distance. Like we're talking, 10, 20 meters from each other, where you can support each other, have line of sight, but your angles of attack, you have multiple angles of attack.
ultimate is charging.
Oops, what happened there? Okay.
Lucio 1, Lucio 1.
My ultimate is charging.
Send that.
Nice. Good job.
And the Sombra's key here. Sombra's doing an excellent job. So Sombra is that one player who has that second angle of attack for you guys. That's great. I want to see more of that. Again, I want to see Soldier on the left side with D.Va. Something like that.
What?
Genji low.
Monkey really low.
Yeah, get him.
Like,
Oh, someone dropped down. I don't know how I feel about that.
Here, it's
I think it
better
was
to
Torbjorn.
see you.
Yeah, I'm just...
Oh, Sniper's behind
Oh,
us,
no,
guys.
Widow
Okay.
behind. So, yeah, so that Widow's doing now, that's what I wanted from you guys last time. Super effective. Super effective. Now you have to collapse on her.
if I
See, but then see, look, this is excellent. She not only does she get the kill, she pulls you guys away from the point, and then she gets away. That's exactly the kind of play we're looking for.
Yeah, no, that's what you
still
do
with
with
the
on this
turret.
map.
I'm running back.
Flank.
EMP charged.
Oh god.
Going high ground, everyone.
Should I press Q?
No.
I'm on the Zen. Got him.
Now you can rescue if you want.
I will.
Monkey's real low.
Nice.
Second. I have to.
Watch the Widow.
Get the D.Va.
Widow low. Yeah.
Nice, guys.
We cannot do Widow.
I'm not quite sure what happened there, but you know we didn't have great perspective of how that fight unfolded. But clearly you guys did your job, so that's awesome.
Nice.
My ultimate is
I got.
almost
We can not advise it.
Yeah.
Who wants, yeah.
I have your back.
Who wants to nano? Just focus the monkey, he can't do shit with top turret.
That's Farah.
Pharaoh one.
I'll keep you here.
I'm gonna boop him off. Yeah.
It's a good sleep. That's a good sleep.
No D.Va make?
There's no need to use ults.
No, you don't
Oh,
do
their team is tilting me. What are they doing? They're just trying to just
Winston tried to
jump
get
at you
up
and
there
hope
like
it
3
works.
times.
So
Point, guys.
So what a good team is gonna do is like what we saw earlier with that Widow did. Not to mention, a better team is gonna be flanking you from behind, right? See if we get a better angle. Nah, this is fine. From this side, right? Their team hasn't even started to utilize this tunnel underneath you, and a good team is going to do that. Like just as an example, if I were coaching the other team, I would be saying, hey, you probably get a Pharah up here, and you poke down. At the same time, you have a Tracer or a Genji behind poking from the backside, and then you have people coming up main, and then trying to come around. Whoop, whoop. Oh, sorry about that. Let me move that. Okay. They go through main, then they come up around stairs and try to come from this way. Or maybe they set like what they did earlier is with this many angles of attack, then it's okay to have like a D.Va or a Winston jump up onto you, or like that Widow was doing, pressure you from that far left side wall. There's so many things you can do to attack this clumped up ball that better teams will absolutely stomp you with. Well, I don't want to say stomp you, but they will outmaneuver you. So obviously this is working, but again, as you play better opponents, this kind of stuff won't fly.
D.Va's real low.
Winston tried to get up there like 3 times.
They're on the point, guys.
Right back under. Every
Yeah,
time.
I will contest. Wait.
Yeah. I had EMP. I can go in. Whenever.
Let's go in.
Winston?
Oh shit.
I don't know if I.
Storing
Oh, it's alright.
We didn't need
It's
the
alright.
Nah.
Yeah, we have none of us still.
Been sitting on the whole game though.
Yeah, and I mean you're gonna have it in 20 seconds again.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing.
They didn't destroy the turret one time.
And I've
Yeah,
also
the
the
Winston tried
counter.
jumping up there like 3 times every time. Back up.
Nice. Oh, they got a Pharah now.
just
Or did
saw-
they always have a Pharah? Not sure.
Whole thing.
Then it's
break the
half.
shield, and we're
I will
fine.
keep you healed.
Yeah, if they just had a Pharah to boop you guys off the ledge, that would be so deadly. Okay, so now they're starting to do this. So this Tracer's trying to poke you from the back.
Holy shit.
Exactly.
I'll keep you healed.
Can you use nanovisor here?
Yeah, and their Pharah needs to boop you guys. I'm not sure why they're not doing that. Still, I mean, obviously you guys are doing great. I'm just a little sad that the other team isn't really giving you a good challenge here. Nice, one more. Somewhere caught it. Okay, that's cool.
Get back in the fight.
No, I'm fine.
Nice.
I'm dead.
Trace on me,
I'm
trace on me.
coming.
I'm at him.
Only hurt for
And actually, I think the only reason you lost this was because I think Sombra died on your team.
Use nanovisor here.
Yeah, Sombra got picked. Yeah, so there's so many things the enemy team could have done. They could have booped you with Pharah. Just like one really good boop and like got like 2 or 3 of you off that ledge. That would have been so deadly against you guys. That or a Tracer flanking a little bit better. She tried, but she kind of failed. Really, I think you guys lost this because Sombra died. And actually, it looks like they also moved. Okay, so, and actually, it looks like they also just kind of, I don't want to say ignored you, but since you guys were clumped up here, they just, again, I only have Anna's perspective, so I can't quite tell, but it looks like they went around and just try to get onto the point and try to bypass this area where you guys are kind of hunkered down. So, okay. Did I see that already? Yeah, I think I saw it. Okay, cool. So let's move on.
Get 80 kills in.
Yeah,
Pretty much getting
front
D again.
shield was way lower.
Watch a
I'm
shell.
feeling on high ground. I think that's okay, right?
Yeah, go high ground. I will use my ult here, so you can get your ults fast again.
Oh, Tracer. Tracer, no recall. Tracer low.
My own joint is ready.
I'm EMP. You wanna go in?
Tracer dead.
Yeah.
Let's get back to high ground, please.
Yeah, good call to get the high ground. Careful
Go
that.
in.
Oh. So
Let's get.
let me just double check this here.
Tracer, no
You
recall.
dropped down.
Tracer low.
My own joint is ready.
I'm not quite sure why you dropped down here. I think that was a little bit
Yeah.
silly in the first place. I don't think it was necessary. You probably could have still killed Tracer
Go in,
without
go
having
in.
to do that. And then now you're on the battlefield, like in front of everybody. Obviously not exactly where you want to be as Anna, especially when your tanks aren't there with you.
Right,
So that was a pretty big error.
What?
I will contest.
I'm contesting. I'm gonna shut down.
I think we need another.
Ryan is hacked.
Rain? Good rain?
Hannah, can we get another main
It's
tank?
going to be okay.
What? No. China internet. Darn it. I'm sorry, guys. Please be patient. This is something I deal with in China very frequently. No. Ah. Let me try to refresh this. 1544. Please. Oh, darn it. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to cut this VOD short. I think that's okay. Tons of stuff that we have to work on. Mainly just the way you position when you're approaching and starting your fights. So, like in the very beginning with Widow, you got that really sick pick. Then it was a matter of correctly positioning yourself around the map. You guys kind of bunched up again and weren't quite sure how to position. D.Va did a pretty good job on the left, as did Sombra. I wanted to see Widow flank as well. And yeah, and I just in general, like actually when you guys actually got point A, it was off the back of like a pretty head-to-head ultimate slugfest. Like you guys use Graviton and EMP, and I'm not quite sure what else, maybe Nano Boost. And so right now, you obviously your mechanical skills are up to par. The problem now is that the way you kind of start and engage, and even on defense, the way you set up your defense, it's very static, it's very clumpy. So I need you guys to be thinking, okay, how can we spread out and fan out in an intelligent manner where, you know, people have line of sight of each other, we're contesting different flanks, we can pursue different flanking paths, and, you know, and outmaneuver our opponents and make sure everyone's ready to go at the same time. People aren't like just going and being out of sync, because we saw that a few times where you guys were out of sync in terms of who was going and who wasn't. And a lot of your fights, like you would win them, but they were so close, right? And it was just kind of a dirty slugfest. Oh, hey, we're back. And I don't want to say that they were undeserved, but definitely, not up to the caliber that we need. So, for instance, like a few D.Va ultimates. There's definitely one D.Va ultimate that I saw. It was kind of like a desperation play to keep the game going. So, that's the number one thing, is we need to start focusing on spreading out our forces and dividing our attacks and our defenses. Okay.
Watch a
I'm
shell.
feeling on high ground. I think that's okay, right?
Yeah, go high ground. I will use my ult here, so you can get your ults fast again.
Oh, Tracer. Tracer, no recall.
Oh, wait, we saw this already.
Tracer low.
Okay.
Hannah, can we get another main
It's
tank?
going to be okay.
I think Orisa without Torb is quite.
Yeah, I switch now.
Yeah. Monkey would be great.
Yeah, get some high ground, Good.
Just Widow annoys me.
Yeah.
We both high ground if she comes here.
I'll meet him.
I have your back.
Yeah,
We have a nanovisor, but again.
she's back down.
Yeah, just
They're coming on the bridge.
So I like the soldier. I like the soldier on the left flank. I want Sombra also flanking more. Again, I want her like kind of deep behind enemy lines.
I'm dropping.
I had to drop down.
Minor,
Okay.
guys,
We don't
minor.
crunch.
Minor's really low position.
Whoa, nice, 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 nice. Oh, and then you got that Lucio though. Oh, that was sick. Oh, that Lucio. So actually,
I died.
just as a side note, I hate it in general when players use their diva ultimates to open up a fight. In that case, that was perfect because it was coordinated with Lucio. I don't know if they actually planned that, but Lucio came in and pushed you back onto the point. That was awesome.
We still have a nanovisor.
Let's go high ground.
Small health back up here is hacked.
After that old Telex, switch to Tracer and you can harass that Sombra.
My ultimate
Or you
is
can
charged.
actually try and
Sniper!
1v1 out and
Keep
so.
my head down.
I mean,
Oh,
That-
widow.
yeah, that thing.
I don't want a widow here, and she shouldn't widow here either. But
No, he wants you to go Tracer.
yeah,
Tracer.
See, so
I have EMP.
that's exactly what I was talking about. If you open up a fight with the diva ultimate, not very effective, unless you combo it with someone applying pressure on the opposite side, like we saw with the Lucio or a Genji or a Tracer. Like if you can push your opponents to go one way with the diva ultimate and then have someone else behind them to smash them together, then it's okay. A diva ultimate like this, pretty much worthless. You're creating zones, but you're not using those zones.
Very watch out.
Oh, here they come.
Diva hacked? No,
No,
Ryan
no,
hacked.
it's the Ryan hack.
Yeah.
Get
get
him.
him out of back, please. No.
I'm hacking everything.
You got a mech?
Okay, yeah, that diva, that EMP is fine. I don't think once you EMP, I don't think you need to use the tac visor.
That soldier's trying to escape.
Yeah, it seems a little bit greedy to me.
Nice.
And actually,
Mech?
It's the Ryan.
oh, and then you use the nano boost too. Way too much ult usage here. The EMP I think was more than enough. And then maybe use the tac visor, but definitely not the nano
He
boost.
has sound shit.
Now you guys are actually wait. Now you have like no ults, right? Yeah, you have 0.
Oh, he's one. Fuck me.
Or did I see 1? Maybe you have 1 ultimate. Okay, you have Primal Rage.
From now on, sound shit.
I got sound shit, don't worry.
All right, so this is probably the last fight. So now you just go for broke. You can use
literally.
everything you have, which is practically nothing.
It's,
Good healing, good healing, good
Yeah, I'm
healing.
a really bad spot. I know.
Get sound. Get sound shit. Watch out. They come in high ground.
I'm onto them.
that
I
they
can't
should
matrix.
come
I
back
can't
just-
matrix.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Darn. Yeah, so Anna's gonna have to go and follow up. So this is a little bit dangerous. So this kind of play by Winston is super dangerous, and we're about to see why. He goes in, he tries to like stall. Actually, this reminds me of that point A offense you guys had where you guys went and overextended to try to push. That was really risky. This is a similar situation where the game's about to end and you're thinking, oh man, let's get them off the point. There's only 10 seconds left. Really risky. And now Anna comes to help you, and then now she's out of position because she wanted to come and help you. So this play by Winston we see all the time, but it's super risky and it doesn't get you a whole lot. You burned ultimate, you died, now your Anna's out of position. It's unlikely to actually, you guys might just lose this right here, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, the shadow.
I knew it was coming, but
Oh.
1 second too late.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they just push it the whole way now, based off
We
that.
have time. Just
Yeah, we have a lot of time. I'm 70% left.
So now the key is everyone needs to disengage as fast as possible. So Lucio and Anna need to fall back more. So Sombra's fine; she can stay where she is. Oh, Lucio, what are you doing, bro? Okay, he's chilling. Okay, he's fine. Woo!
No.
I think that ultimate by Lucio was a little too early.
She's hacked. Diva?
Let's get out of it, get out of it.
Diva?
Look for the sleep dart. Okay, the nade's good too.
Got the sound.
Nice. The guy's gonna clean this up. Nice. Okay, cool.
Where did my ult go? It just
So, in my opinion, mechanically, it seems like you guys are just stronger than these guys. That's gonna happen. Strategically, I would say you guys are about equal actually. But you guys could stomp these guys super hard if you work on your strategic on the strategic aspects of your gameplay. So, so I started wrapping up earlier when my internet went down. So I think we talked about all right, like the way you're positioning your fights, how you're engaging, how you're approaching, not the best. And then also, like we saw now, you kind of make some plays that in the moment feels okay, like when you're Winston and you're trying to zone, or you're Diva, you're trying to zone, or when yeah. So I need you to be more disciplined and not make those kinds of plays. As we saw there, you put your team in jeopardy of actually losing the point because you went too far forward, you overextended outside of line of sight. Then your teammates were like, oh fuck, well like we got to go help the Winston, and then they were out of position, and so Anna almost died, right? I think she almost died. And she was out of position. I think Reinhardt got a really good Earth Shatter off the back of that. So be a little bit more patient about how you overextend. If you are going to extend that deep, make sure your team's on the same page and ready to follow up with you. Like let them know, right? Like be like, hey guys, like I'm going in, back me up. And don't say it as you're jumping in. You have to actually let them know, like, hey guys, I'm looking to jump in, be ready, kind of situation. So cool. So work on all these things. I think there's like so much room to improve from a strategic standpoint, and once you guys kind of nail those things down, your team play is gonna skyrocket. So cool. Good luck.